What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man VHS 2-pack, Spider-Man vs. Carnage. These figures look like they're going to be absolutely great. I haven't opened them up yet. I've had this guy for a little while in package, and at first I just wanted to keep them in package because of the really nice VHS tape 2-pack right here. But these don't actually slide out. It's just a box. It's just the way the packaging looks like. But we get a really nice Spider-Man logo here on the box like we do with the other retro carded figures. We got a really nice shot of black costume Spider-Man versus Carnage. At the top, we get another really nice Spider-Man logo right here. Really nice shot from the side. Nice look at the other side over there. And on the back, we get an awesome picture of these two figures. These two figures look absolutely great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open them up. In here, we got some Carnage accessories. Looks here, more accessories. Oh yeah, that looks great. Really nice looking Carnage. Now let's open up their accessories. All right, now that we got the figures all unpackaged here, before we take a look at the figures, we're going to take a look at his accessories. What we really got here, what looks to be a really nice Cletus Cassidy head sculpt. This is going to look great on your Carnage figure. And they made it even better. We have his symbiote axe right here. Now this looks really cool. It looks like the peg hole just ports in right into his hand, just like the other Carnage figures do. We got a giant Carnage claw hand right here that looks really nice. And we get this symbiote swirly thing that we can plug in right on the back of them. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this Carnage himself, and he looks absolutely incredible. I think that this is the best Carnage I ever seen. And before the video ends, I want to compare him to another Carnage figure that I have. I really love the red and black texture on this figure. He's absolutely great. Lots of detail put into that face sculpt. You can see his teeth right there. Really nice the way they sculpted his mouth and tongue and everything. And what I think is really cool, of course, are these symbiote swirls we get right here. This is actually really nice. So what I want to do is I want to plug right in this porthole in the back. We're going to put his accessory in to make him look more Carnage-y right there. And that looks absolutely awesome. And the articulation on this figure is just like any other Marvel Legend. His head can move down that far up. His hands can go up that far. He does have butterfly joints, which is really awesome. He has elbow articulation. He has full wrist articulation. He has an ab crunch that could go down that far and up that far. So if you wanted to have this on a display stand or something, that would be really cool. He has a waist swivel. His legs swivel as well. They bend right at the knees and at his feet, which I think is really cool. I absolutely love this Carnage figure, but the first thing we're going to do right now is next best thing, plug in his axe. That looks awesome. It looks like you could plug it into any hand, but for me, it just looks better on this one. Now, that is an absolutely fantastic Carnage figure. That'll look really great on display. And it looks like this hand right here, or his claws, I should say, should plug right into this hand. So that looks really nice. This guy is going to be absolutely magnificent on display. Awesome. Now we're going to take a look at our black costume Spider-Man right here. And this is actually my new favorite black costume Spider-Man figure. Why? Because not only does he have the same awesome articulation and everything as the retro black suit Spider-Man, and this is on the retro Spider-Man body mold, as you can see. I'm going to bring in a retro Spider-Man right here just for a second so you can see these two are exactly the same body. But what we do have here is on his head sculpt, we could see it's cell shaded blue, which I think is really awesome. Not only is this extremely reminiscent of the cartoon, but in my opinion, this is the best Spider-Man body out there for your figure. And of course, he does have the same articulation as any other Spider-Man Marvel Legend. His head could rotate a full 360. He has butterfly joints. His arms could move up that far. They could go down that far. He has shoulder articulation. His hands could fully swivel. He's got a really far ab crunch right there that actually goes pretty far back, and it can also go up that far. And you could rotate a little bit in his biceps. His legs can rotate. His knees bend. And so do his feet. And look at that. He does have toe articulation, which is really great. So you could get this guy in all kinds of magnificent poses. First thing I want to do here is swap out his hands, because we get a pair of fisted hands, we get whipping hands, and it looks like wall crawling hands. So they really loaded this guy up with accessories. looks good. So that's really nice. So what we're going to do now is try to get these guys in a decent pose, especially with this Carnage. The axe puts a little bit of weight onto this figure, but not too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to set both these guys aside so we can do some comparisons. Now, what I do like about these figures is that it's kind of hard to show in the video, but sometimes when you buy these figures, their joints are actually very stiff. But on these, they're not. Their joints seem to move pretty good, actually. So put Carnage over here, and our Spider-Man over there. So we can compare him to, right here we have the Carnage that came with the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure wave. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a really great Carnage figure. I just like that one over there just a little bit better because of his black color that he has. As you can see, the reds are a little different. But one thing that I think we can do is if we want to swap the hands, I believe those accessories will work on this one. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Let's see if we take off this Carnage head and we get our Cletus Cassidy right here. Yeah, that actually works quite nicely, I think. That's a really nice Cletus Cassidy head sculpt for Carnage. I was actually going to put it on there, but we can actually display these in multiple different ways if we wanted to. Now, taking a look at the hands on this guy, you can see the red on the new figure we got here is a completely different shade of red, which is interesting. But I believe we could actually fit that axe on his hand right here. I'm not going to force it out though, because I don't want to break the figure, you know, just by pulling it too hard. But other than that, these are going to look great on display together. And for our last comparison, we've got, of course, the Retro Spidey. Still, definitely one of my favorite Spider-Man figures. Really nice body. As you can see, they're exactly the same height. So that's really cool. And they're pretty great. I would definitely recommend picking up all these guys, actually. This Carnage, that Carnage, and both of these Spider-Mans. They're definitely a worthy addition to your Marvel Legends Spider-Man collection and your shelf. So, like I said, this has been my favorite line of figures that Hasbro has ever put out, are these Retro Spider-Man figures. I hope they keep it up. I hope we get more Spider-Man figures and villains, of course. These are actually great. I would give these a 10 out of 10. They're awesome. Definitely pick them up. Please Guys, please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Let me know what your favorite Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure is. And once we reach 500 subscribers on this channel, I will be doing a collection review. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.